Hey everybody, I'm coming to y'all from the State House in Trenton, where Governor Corzine has actually just unveiled his strategy to keep New Jersey neighborhoods and streets safe. Over the course of the next 3 days, he's going to roll out the entire strategy. Tomorrow and Thursday are going to be dealing with some rehabilitative components of cleaning up New Jersey, and today was dealing with more punitive issues. Um, he started his press conference by reminding the onlookers that the government's most basic function is to protect its citizens. And with that in mind, today's press conference was sort of the culmination of a 15-month effort, almost from the start of his administration, uh, to address the issues of gangs and gang violence and these rising crime statistics. He speaks of cycles. He cited in 1979 there were only 7,000 prisoners in New Jersey. Today there are 27,000. Two-thirds of these prisoners are minority, and two-thirds of them actually end up going back into prison. So something's probably wrong about that cycle. Governor Corzine, with his Attorney General Alan Milgram, and also the Police Superintendent Fuentes, who are on hand as well, looking to be working in close synergy with one another and also with the legislature. There were many members of the legislature here today as well. So we hear a lot about plans to combat crime. Hopefully this one will be different and actually address the skyrocketing murder rate here in New Jersey and also nationally. A couple of interesting nuggets that Corzine shared were his belief that nonviolent drug offenders crowd out our prisons and divert money and resources from other priorities. I don't think that's much of a news flash, but the fact that he acknowledged that so emphatically and that he stated that drug-free school zones simply aren't working. So revisiting some of the strategies that maybe were implemented back in the old days, maybe during the Reagan era. The Attorney General got up next, and she said that the genesis for all this action on the crime front was rooted at a meeting she had with Governor Corzine right in the beginning of her tenure, and there was a general agreement that the current plan is completely insufficient. Again, murder, gun possession, weapons possessions, they're all up. Robbery for juveniles and for adults, all of these things are up, and it keeps getting back to gangs, according to the Attorney General. So the specific strategy to address gang violence and gang-related crime is to have a movement towards intelligence-led policing. It's sort of the post-9/11 way of not relying on citizens to make 911 calls, but rather to prevent crimes from happening. Honestly, it sounds like a really great idea until you think of, maybe the governor's mansion falling into, someone's hands who isn't as progressive as John Corzine. So if we're going to be mining all of this information and using it to stop violent crimes, and gosh, I really hope that this isn't something that's going to compromise the civil liberties of normal people like me and you. But as we all know, the crime rates are through the roof, especially in places like Newark, Camden, Atlantic City, Trenton, Asbury Park. So it's no specific geographical region. And there's no uniformity with how these agencies deal with crime. You've got places up, for example, in East Orange, where they've got all the best technology to go after the bad guys. And then you've got other places in the state where you walk into the police station and they're keeping evidence on Post-its. So this huge disparity from municipality to municipality is something that the governor and the attorney general are hoping to address as well. And I guess in closing, what I found most interesting about Ann Milgram's words were that right now the penalty for carrying an illegal firearm is a third-degree crime, which in legalese means that there's the presumption of non-incarceration if you get caught. Attorney General Milgram pleaded with the legislature. Like I said, there were many in attendance to stiffen those sorts of penalties. If you get caught carrying an illegal weapon, you should go to jail, as per our Attorney General. Afterwards, Superintendent Fuentes got up and he spoke of a synergy between himself and also the county law enforcement. He again was pushing for intelligence-led policing, and saying that this is a general shift in policing philosophy, and that's sort of the wave of the future. So still a lot of questions to be answered over the course of the next few days. We'll be dealing with some of the rehabilitative components of crime and of preventing crime. But for now, that's all we got from Trenton. See you guys later.